way to the beginning is that there was no emergency medicine program. We were a division of surgery, and the ER was run by surgical residents. And the credit goes to Dr. Rolnick, because finally we wanted to start our own emergency department aside from surgery. So Dr. Rolnick was called by the university to be a consultant, and then he recommended Bob Barish. So Bob Barish took over as quote-unquote director of the emergency department. And then he knew Brian from New York. They did their residencies at the same place. And then I just was sort of a stray that they took under their wing. So it was the three of us. That's how we got the name Killer Bees, is Bob, Brian, and Betty.
So it was a very interesting start back in July of 1985. I was escorted to the emergency department, which I had never seen before. Met the chief of nursing, who said, "Who are you?" I told her I was the new chief of emergency medicine. And she says, "Well, that's very nice, but what are you actually doing in the emergency department?" I said, "I'm the new chief." She says, "Well, the people in emergency medicine don't actually work in the emergency department. They work elsewhere within the hospital." Then I saw Betty and Brian. Brian in the asthma room, busy seeing patients. Betty, as I recall, near the suture room, seeing patients. And we all got together and said, what are we going to do now? We came up with a plan that we would work hard as we could to prove ourselves to the university and create an incredible department of emergency medicine.
The very first year, we reached out and put a program together in partnership with Georgetown and GW. It was in fact a 3-university program for a little while. It wasn't like we were an affiliate of some other program. We managed to become part of it as a consortium. So within a year and our effort on education, we actually had our residency, technically speaking, up and running. That changed because of distance. It didn't really make sense after a little while that 3 universities, 2 different cities. And so the university backed us to form our own. But education, clinical care was the most important thing you could do in the sequence of events and what we were best at. That's what we focused on.
I came to the university in 1990, and at that point, the practice was just at University Medical Center, and they were expanding over to Mercy. And so I was part of an initial group of faculty who started the Mercy practice. The reason for the expansion to Mercy was that there was a plan to start the residency program. It didn't actually even exist at that point, but they knew that in order to have a successful residency, they were going to need a community site, and so that was the beginning of Mercy. Yeah, we had a great time, and then the residency program actually started in 1991.
We wanted to try to figure out what this program is going to be all about. What are we trying to do besides just take care of patients? And in my mind, it was all about education. Other people are more involved in research, and that's great. But to me, this program is really focused on education. And so I proposed that our mission statement should be to focus on educational leadership. And so that became our mission statement, that we were going to be focused on developing future academic and community leaders in emergency medicine. And then from a faculty standpoint, I didn't want us to have a mission, because to me a mission statement is all about kind of things that you should know you're supposed to do. You know, if you look at the mission statement for most hospitals, it's something like University of Maryland is committed to taking good care of our patients and promoting education and research, and that's kind of goofy because those are all, why should you have a mission statement that tells people what they should already be doing? So I thought, well, we should have a vision statement. To me, a vision statement represents something that you can't accomplish, but it's something that you're always trying to nevertheless. And so my vision for the faculty here has always been that I would like University of Maryland's EM program to be the greatest collection of educators in the world. We'll never accomplish that, but it's something to keep striving towards. And I think we've done a great job. We've got a lot of national, well-known educators, lecturers. Maryland speakers are everywhere, in Cord and ASEP and SAM, Ohio, I mean, everywhere you go. And that's really heartwarming to me.
It's been nearly 32 years since I started with my two friends, Bob and Betty. And we're celebrating this year 25 years of our own residency program. I can tell you at this occasion that we've accomplished a tremendous amount. First and foremost, we've put together a program of paying attention to the patient, an excellent clinical program. We've developed an excellent educational program rooted with great rotations for the medical students, a great residency program, now with a variety of fellowships. And we've graduated nearly 300 residents over the years. Our grads have gone on to become great community emergency physicians. Some have become great faculty. Some have started their own programs at other universities. And some have even become chairmen of other departments. And a very big accomplishment.
Well, we're 300 alumni now, going back to 1991, so that's what's such a big year for us, is how many people we've trained. And we've done better over the last couple of years, but I don't think we reach out to them as much. And I'd like to have some more like alumni weekends or alumni lecture weeks. We did that last year, and we had a bunch of alumni come back and give talks, but I'd like to keep expanding on that and even have maybe a whole week of activities or a weekend. Let's do a big picnic over the weekend and get all the alumni to bring their families back. Nothing brings more pleasure to us as educators is to see what our alumni are living up to. So I think it would just help rejuvenate us too, to see what everybody's done with their careers.
I hope everyone out there looks back at Maryland as a place that really helped them develop as an emergency physician and more importantly as a person. I hope that people look back on the program with fondness and remember it as a place that was really tough, but it really defined their ability to work in really, really tough environments. So,
I think that for me, the graduates remain family. I know we hear that word in our lifetime, but there's always a connection that one of us has. We all bond differently to all the graduates, but there's something that we all keep in touch with, and most of us know where everyone is, even the years that I've been here, which really makes me happy. And again, getting an email for residents that have been out 5-8 years about an interesting case is still a great reward as a teacher. There's no argument.